Alright, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and bishops that taught me this truth that will well. Shalom to the elect scattered through the four corners of the earth. My name is Kodash Payah. And in this lesson, basically, you know, how blood shall pursue thee, right? Talking about these elites that's ruling society today, aka America, Babylon the Great, primarily in Europe, European countries, the Edomites, right, that shed blood of the children of Israel for years and years and years, right, going all the way back, to Cain and Abel, right, that first murder, you see. And what actually kind of triggered it was the incident that happened with the young boy Nolan Wells when he went, on a trip with his so-called friends, and just like the chick on the top. See, that's why the scriptures say. Matter of fact, let's get it real quick. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." Right? So you gotta know who your enemy is, to understand their evil schemes. Right? And you got a lot of people saying that, there's good, because they're Edomites, right? According to the scriptures, the so-called Caucasian race, right, or the biblical Edomites. And that's a whole, they reap the benefits of their forefathers. Scripture said the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. So yeah, and this could cause, Jake to start, getting weapons, getting together, doing things like that. As far as like, racial confliction, and that's what's happening now. Even going back to when Herod was looking for Yahushua, he was from the tribe of Judah, right? And, King David, had conflicts with them Edomites, man. Still to this day, we in captivity. So that's why when an incident like this happens, they just happen to have lawyers, family members, lawyers, judge, family members, doctors, judges. So, it's convenient for them to, law enforcement, to get paid off and just say, there was no evidence of a crime here. Whatever, man. Right? And Esau's still doing that today with their military, with their law enforcement, all that. These are just one and two many stories. But let's get this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 6. It says, "Therefore as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Saith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee." Right? So, Esau, this kingdom is going to fall. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. So there you go, right? So Yahushua is coming for that, man. To destroy this wicked ass nation. You have a whole book Obadiah, that speaks against the Edomites, you know. But hey, you Jakes, you know what I mean? You still want to hold hand in hand with the enemy. Hey, both of y'all gonna get judged. You see? Let's get another scripture. Now this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 35. Matter of fact, let me see. Okay, this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 35 verse 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Right, so we read that part. So we just went back. That's why I put, we just went back a verse up to 5 rather. They had a perpetual hatred towards the children of Israel, and that really talking about the higher ups. That's going back to them really being mad for Esau selling his birthright. That's why they over there in Israel today claiming the children of Israel. Yeah, right. Because the scriptures say when the children of Israel go back to Jerusalem, there's not, basically there ain't going to be no more wars. And look what's happening now with this dude, Netanyahu, right? With Trump and all that. Anyway, so it trickles down to, who their spirit is. All right? And that's why the Lord said, Jacob have I loved, but Salakia, that was the slip of the tongue. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. I think I said it right. But yeah, so the Lord right there stated who he loves and who he hates. Because in the book of, as a matter of fact, this is going to be a changing of a kingdom, right? Let's go to here. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, right? There's the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 6 verse 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Right, so that's going back to when you go back into the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter, when it speaks about the birth. Right, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, because Esau was first. He was born first. That's why they had the kingdom first right now. They was given the earth for a period of time. You see? But it was symbolic that Jacob is our fourth father, representing Israel, because his name was changed to Israel, which are representing Yasha'Allah, princes of power, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which are the biblical Israelites. All right? He held his heel down, symbolically representing like we're going to end up throwing this kingdom down. And it tells you that in the book of Daniel, I believe the 2nd chapter. Right? Matter of fact, let's go down here. It says, verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So that's why we want the end to come, because that's going to be the real beginning for us. You see? But hey, these are the curses that our people die, like that, and it's gruesome. But it shows you who the devil is, down to his children. You get what I'm saying? So, and what? The scriptures tell you, who shall rise him up? Who's going to rise up Jake from actually realizing, like, that's it? You know? Now they see, yo, like, no, they not like us. It says, the hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand of the question, as just asked, thou not. Alright? So, you know, but this kingdom has to go down, and it's going to go down through war. Internal war, external war, financial war, race wars, you know? Just a bunch of division and conflict. Lamentations, mournings, and woes, you know? But, cause, hey, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, his name is Yahushua. In the Hebrew, meaning he is the deliverer. He's going to deliver the elect. But, he's a dark-skinned man with white woolly hair, you know? And well, who put him to death? The Edomites. You know, but now he's coming back as a roaring lion. You know? So, pray to the Lord. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. Because only the Lord knows who the elect is out here, man. You know? So the Lord uses shit, you know, things like this to show people, you know what I mean? Never trust our enemy. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.